Bear with us to anyone who's watching this after the fact. Okay. This is our sneak peek into coaching. I'm Cara McCann, and I'm going to let Aubrey take over, but just wanted to say hi. I'll be chiming in a little bit later, but this is just a little sneak peek into coaching for anyone who might have questions. If you were wondering what a coach does, this should definitely provide some insight into our little world.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our sneak peek, like Cara said. So let's just dive right in and get started. So a lot of times we get questioned, what do we do? What do we do as a Beachbody coach? Well, we typically motivate, help, support, and help you to reach your goals in your fitness journey. And in order to do that, we are your friend. We talk to you, we work with you, and we share our own fitness journeys. So you'll see right here on the slide, it says, be a product of the product. Well, we've all done our own programs. I've personally done so many different ones. I've done 21 Day Fix. I've done 21 Day Fix Extreme. I've done 3-week yoga retreat, P90, just a bunch of different ones, Shift Shop. And you can truly see the difference in your body and honestly your overall health and your emotions and your mental health after you do these programs. And that's what we share. And that's what we want to share with you and help you to reach your full potential. So in order to do that, we share the products that help to share our lives. And we do that in a multitude of ways. You'll see our posts on social media, but beyond that, once we do start working with you, we help you to hold yourself accountable. And we do that by hosting virtual challenge groups and focus groups. So we host different things on Facebook and other venues as well, but mainly social media, where we work with groups of women or men or anyone who's interested, and we help you by providing our meal plans and our challenges, and we provide support, motivation, and encourage you to keep up with your workouts and your meal plan. And in doing all that, we enjoy it. We love what we do, beyond just holding ourselves accountable and helping you to stay accountable. We also have great perks like enjoying 25% off. But in short, we really are here just to help motivate, encourage, act as a support system, and help you to hit your fitness goals and overall just improve your health and your wellness. So here are a couple transformation and challenge group after our challenge group photos. I'm on the left here, and you can see me pre-wedding and after wedding. So my biggest motivation was, quite honestly, to fit into that wedding dress. Before my wedding, my fiance and we just ate whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted. I am pretty short, so it doesn't take much for you to see some added weight on me. And I decided after we got engaged, it was just time to buckle down and get in shape. At first, it was truly, it was, I guess the best way to say this, it was almost vain of me. I thought of it more as I want to look good. And then as I started working out, I started to feel better, and I started to really just feel more confident in myself. Didn't have to worry about, every little thing I was eating. I was able to create a balanced lifestyle and still feel healthy, still look good. And quite honestly, my wedding was by far one of the best days of my life, if not the best, but I felt my best too. And it all had to do with really just working on myself and working in these groups and giving everything I had. And you can easily see the transformation physically, but what you can't see is my mental and my emotional transformation, because I went from, always being self-conscious and always just worrying about what people are thinking and what I was doing, what I was eating, or what I wasn't doing, what I wasn't eating. And all of that changed once I found Beachbody, and how all of these women really did rally around each other and help me to reach my goals and hold myself accountable, but in a good way and in a supportive way. And again, like I said, best day of my life. I couldn't have been prouder with how my results turned out and how I felt and how I looked. And it's just one of the very few things that we get to do as Beachbody coaches. We get to do this for ourselves and hold ourselves accountable, but we get to help other people reach these goals. And it feels amazing to help everyone else. And I almost feel more excited when I see and hear someone lost 5 pounds doing one of the programs and in my challenge groups. It's just amazing to experience and hear, and it feels good on all ends. But Cara, did you have anything to add? You also had an amazing transformation.
Thank you. Yeah. So my experience, I'll just add real quick. The picture on the left for me is 3 months postpartum. I've been into various kinds of fitness for probably close to a decade. But I was a serial yo-yo dieter, had a really, really unhealthy relationship with food for a very long time, and have always obsessed about my weight, my figure, all of that. I was a heavier kid, got teased pretty mercilessly. So like, it's just been literally a lifelong struggle for me. And I was in pretty good shape prior to getting pregnant. But I would still look in the mirror and find things to criticize, which when I see my pre-pregnancy photos now, I'm like, how in God's name was I complaining, because now it's been, a battle to get back even to where I am. And I'm still about 10, 15 pounds above where I was pre-pregnancy. But, so that's 3 months postpartum on the left. And that's when I started my Beachbody journey. I was overweight. I had an emergency C-section. So I was also having a lot of recovery issues just in terms of mobility. And I couldn't do the things I used to be able to do. And I was getting injured easily. And I connected with my coach on Instagram, and I started doing I started with Insanity, decided it was a little too much for me right then because my joints were still messed up from pregnancy. But I started doing Hammer and Chisel, which is a strength training program, and started getting a lot of my muscle back. And then I did Core to Force, which is an awesome kickboxing, like ab cardio workout. And all of a sudden the weight just finally started falling off, and I started getting my confidence back, and I started getting my energy back. And now I am just past phase 1 of 80-Day Obsession, which is one of the new programs. And you can see, you can see how not thrilled I am to be in a bathing suit in the picture on the left. Like, I put on that bikini and I went, oh my God, like I don't know what to do, and it wasn't just that I was heavier. It was that I was miserable. I was like, am I ever going to be able to not look the way I looked? Am I ever going to be able to feel the way I felt? Am I ever going to feel that strong and, that confident again? Am I ever going to have that kind of like faith in my body back again? And I can tell you that now, almost 10 months postpartum, I'm finally starting to feel like myself a little bit. And like, you don't have to be perfect to do this, you guys. Like, I started coaching 3-4 months ago. And I started with curves. I started I'm not in perfect shape. Even now, like, I've got some thighs, y'all, like, this is just how I'm built, and you don't have to be perfect to do this. So just know that wherever you're at is fine. But that's all I'll say for now. I'll go ahead and let Aubrey continue.
All right, thank you. So one of the most important things that we do as coaches is find our why. And this is basically why we're doing what we're doing. And this could be for so many reasons, just a few listed right here. So do you want to earn some extra income? Are you planning for retirement, or is this a plan B? Those are all very, very, very well-known whys around in our business. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe you have a current job right now, but maybe you're working for a very unstable company. So this is your plan B. Maybe you need to balance your life, and maybe this is your way of doing something for yourself and building an income for yourself outside of something that you maybe are doing that you're building an income, but you're not enjoying. Get rid of daycare costs. Daycare costs an arm and a leg these days. So just to supplement your income and be able to take care of something like that is huge. Your children's futures. Who knows how much college is going to cost when our kids are going. To be honest with you, right now it's insanely expensive. Right now, my why personally is to right now pay off debt. I am drowning in student loans. I went to an amazing college, and I would not trade it for the world, but it definitely was not cheap. And I came out with pretty close to 6 figures of debt. and I'm only out of school about 4 years now. So I've been working ever since, and I'm definitely making a dent in those, but you know, every little bit helps, especially at this point in my life. So as of right now, my why is to pay off debt. But when that's gone, my why is financial freedom. I mean, I don't want to depend on a 9 to 5 job every single day. I don't want my husband and I to be so stressed every day about work and our finances and living paycheck to paycheck. That's not what I want for our future, and that's not what we want together, and that's not what we want for our family. So for us, our why is very much, you know, to get into a good financial position and then just continue to improve that. Some people's why isn't always monetary. It could just be to hold yourself accountable, depending on what kind of coach you want to be. There's a multitude of different whys. These are just some common ones, and it's really important to figure out what your why is and then stick to it. And just remember, if and when things ever get tough, and if you're debating, I don't know if this is for me, or I don't know why I did this again, just remember you did this for a reason, and you came up with this why before you even started coaching. And that's why you're here, and that's why you're doing it, and that's what's going to drive you and push you to keep moving up in this business. And honestly, everyone has a why. Everyone has something, and you would be amazed at how many other people that are coaches are doing it for the same reason. And you not only make friends that way, but you have another support system. So your why is so important. And for me, my why, like I said, is paying off my student loans. But in the long term, I just really, really want to be able to support my family doing something like this, where I can be my own boss, like Cara was saying in the beginning. And that means so much to a family and your time and your finances. So you don't have to worry. It just creates so many different opportunities.
Okay, well, yeah, and I know that's debt. We don't have student loan debt, but I know for us, we have a significant amount of credit card debt. My husband is in the Navy. I'm a Navy wife, and you know, we've both made some poor financial decisions in our past, and so we have a pretty good chunk of credit card debt we're trying to pay off. And our big one is financial freedom too, being able to, you know, spend a lot more time doing family stuff than being stuck in an office. You know, my husband's going to retire from the Navy in 5 years, and we would like to enjoy our lives together with our little minion daughter and, you know, possibly a second child. We're not there yet, but possibly a second child. And I mean, financial freedom is definitely a huge one. And, you know, it'd be great to be able to save up a nice fat college account for my child. Like, that would be amazing to not have to worry about that. So I'm going to start talking a little bit about, you know, part of what comes with being a coach. And one of those big things is that you're not just out here, like, we're not just going to leave you to flounder. Like, when you become a coach, you become part of what I consider kind of an automatic family. I've had a really hard time in my life finding people who have, like, in real life, you know, finding people who have the same passion for fitness that I do. You know, I've been into kickboxing and kettlebell classes and Zumba and all kinds of different stuff and running. And I kind of always felt like I was doing it by myself and that I had to be my own motivation. And I meet people all the time online who are like, I can't work out at home because I can't motivate myself. Well, the good news is you don't have to motivate yourself. Like, you're instantly part of this awesome community. And when you become a coach, you become part, well, even when you're just joining as a member, you become part of a team. You know, you have your coach and you have your sisters and brothers alongside you who are doing this thing. But when you become a coach, you have this huge mentorship team around you as well. So we have trainings for literally everything. Like, Aubrey and I were just chatting before this call about how there are so many training videos that we want to take some time to watch this weekend, because there are always opportunities for growth. Like, you are not just going to be thrown into this and be like, well, you're a coach now, so good luck, you know, have fun. Let me know how you do in 5 years. Like, no, there's mentorship that's going to be available, not just from your coach, but from her coach or her coach's coach. Like, it is a huge system of just connectedness where we're all helping each other all the time. Like I said, there's, those step-by-step trainings. You're going to get that one-on-one support from your coach. We're also really big on recognition because it's a big deal. You can advance, and I could go into all of the, ranks and advancements and everything, but that's a different call for a different time. But there are different achievement levels that you'll have as a coach. And anytime someone accomplishes anything, I don't care how big or how small it is, it's recognized, typically publicly on some of the coach pages on Facebook. And it's really nice. And like even Beachbody recognizes you, like you get certificates and swag and all kinds of stuff. And it's just really nice because like I remember being in the corporate world and I do good stuff all the time, but it was typically only when I messed something up that I heard any feedback. And that can be really deflating over time. Like I've done the corporate world, I have a degree in marketing, and it just was not a good fit for me. Like this family environment, this supportive, nurturing environment is totally my jam. I'm all about it. And it also creates this community where you have these friends. Like I love my coach. I love my sisters. I love everybody that I've been connected with, my coach's coach, her coach. Like there's just this whole massive team of lovely humans that you get to become a part of. And, we come from all different walks of life, but we all share this common goal. So it creates this really pretty amazing bond. And one of the best perks, I think, overall is that there's no pressure here. Like my coach isn't breathing down my neck to perform at some certain level. Like I'll explain, how you become a coach, but there's no risk. Like I'm not investing in a ton of inventory. I don't have to stock anything. Nobody's like holding me. I don't have to meet any quotas. It's totally free reign as to how you want to operate your business, and just having that relaxed environment, be able to set my own goals and achieve those at my own pace is better than any corporate structure that I've ever been a part of. So big question, how do we earn, right? Everyone's like, okay, well, I get it. I get to be a coach, I get to support people, but let's talk money. And that's totally fine. Like I know that some people want to become a coach to keep themselves more accountable. Some people want to become a coach because of the discount. There are different types of coaches you can be, and I'll elaborate on that a little bit more too. But how do we earn in general? So your income is a direct reflection of how many people you help. I, like all the coaches, share very publicly about our fitness journeys. We earn through attraction. We're not out there promoting. Like if you go to my Instagram account, you're not going to see me saying like, got up and did my Beachbody workout today. And I don't really like flaunt the name, or I don't share, selling links. I'm not sharing links all the time to like, buy. It is all about being an example of what this program can do. So I'll share about my workouts. I'll share about shakes that I'm having, or healthy food that's on my plate, or how good I feel because of XYZ, or I'll share about the community or the team or whatever it is. But I'm just being an example. And I have people coming to me and saying, okay, I see your results. What are you doing? Because they see, like we talked about, Aubrey mentioned being a product of the product. And that's what we want to be, is you want to be a product of the product. Show people that it works, because seeing results is a million times more impactful than you just saying, oh, I swear it works. Like show them it works. So our goal is to help people. So yes, there are sales involved, and that's where the actual money comes in. We are free coaches ultimately, and you will be helping some people for free. But when you do make those sales, we have 25% commission, and that's a minimum. It's 25 to 40% depending on what you sell, but 25% commission minimum. And that's from day one. Like if you sell a product your first day as a coach, you're getting 25% commission on that. So again, no quotas, no inventory to stock. Everything gets sold from Beachbody. So they're doing all of that for you. And then we also have a nice little perk where we're getting a 25% discount, which is pretty great if you like all the different programs, swag, and everything. Like I really like workout shirts. So it's nice to be able to get some savings on that. And then if you decide to build a team, if that's the direction you want to go, there is also going to be team bonuses and cycle bonuses. Again, another conversation for another time, but there are bonuses built in there. And it's one of those things where we actually all help each other. Like, yes, my coach is going to benefit from me building a team, but I also benefit from her building her team just because of the way our whole structure is set up. So we're constantly giving back to each other, which is a really nice setup. And just, again, there's no pressure, do this at your own pace, do whatever you want. If you want to earn $50 a month, or if you want to earn $5,000 a month, it is a direct reflection of how hard you want to work and what you want to do with this business. So for income progression, just to show you a little bit, Aubrey and I are both pretty new still. But my first real active month as a coach was February 2018, which, if you're watching this recently, was last month. But if you're watching this later, it was February 2018. And my first month, I was able to cover my Shakeology cost, which was nice. And I also get 25% off of that Shakeology cost. So I was able to cover that cost. I was able to buy new workout clothes. I have a shirt that says Hangry Hangry Hippo on it, which I love. So that was fun to buy. And I was able to pay our internet bill, which is pretty great. And then as you can see, Aubrey, Aubrey, do you want to talk about your covered costs real quick?
Yeah, definitely. So similar to Cara, I was able to also pay off the Shakeology cost. And that's usually why people actually initially become a coach, is just to pay off the Shakeology, because let's be honest, it can be a little expensive, but it's totally worth it. So we all want to continue doing it. So that's usually the first thing that I cover is my Shakeology cost. And then my first month, as I mentioned, I have a lot of student loans. So putting an extra $100 towards that, it doesn't sound like a lot, but for the first month to cover my Shakeology and an extra $100, I was happy with that. And then as for my second month, like Cara, my first real active month was probably February as well. So this month, I've already covered my Shakeology costs, and my husband and I bought a brand new bedroom set. We upgraded to a king size bed, brand new mattress, and the works, and that's not cheap. So it was nice to have, like I said, a supplement to our income to help pay that off or pay for it, so we didn't have to put it on the credit card. And in doing that, I get to come home, and it's nice to know that that extra money that we weren't really planning for, honestly, at the end of last year is helping us already. So it's always worth it. And like Cara said, you get something immediately. So your first sale, if you make a sale, you get 25%, and your first paycheck, you're just like, woo, this is great. Totally unexpected. But I think it's just really important that, as Cara was saying, it is a direct reflection of how many people you help. And I'll let Cara kind of get into the Beachbody statement here. But if you even want help one person, it really does make a difference, and it does help a little bit with an extra bit of money.
For sure. Yeah. And I do have to just read this to you guys. This is the Beachbody disclaimer. And that just says that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. And of course, there's a statement of independent coach earnings in the Coach Online office for the most recent information on coaches' actual incomes. So that statement is there because just because you become a coach doesn't mean you're going to make money. Like I said before, it is a direct reflection of how many people you help, how hard you want to work, how much time you want to put into it. So, it's not like with any job, it's not just, you can't just sit there and not work and expect to still get a paycheck. So, so just know that you do need to put in the work, but the payoff is pretty great. To be able to do this on your own time and make any kind of income from it is pretty awesome. So, I'm going to go into a couple myths real quick. Mainly a big one. Some people have a stigma attached to certain companies. I feel like Beachbody is sometimes one of them. Like, is this a pyramid scheme? Well, first of all, pyramids are illegal. So I'm going to say no. And Beachbody has been around for almost 20 years. So it's definitely a highly reputable, very well-known company. And the structure, like if you look at a corporate structure, even, you can say, oh, it looks like a pyramid. The shape has nothing to do with it. Like in our structure, it has one of the best earning and ranking potentials that I've ever seen. Again, I've been in the corporate world, and if I come in as an entry level position, there is not a chance in hell I am ever going to out earn the president. It's not an opportunity. But when I come in as entry level, I can easily, if I really want to put in the work and the diligence and the effort, I can out earn my coach's coach's coach. I can out earn people who have these massive teams. I can build my own team. It is completely up to you how hard you want to work and how much you want to make out of this. So it is a very unique structure in that sense. And you're not limited by anything. You can outrank, out earn anybody else in the company, which is pretty great in my eyes, because I don't like feeling limited. I don't like feeling like I've got my hands tied and like there's no growth potential, which I've definitely felt before in your, common workplace. And like I mentioned before too, sure, does my coach benefit when I grow my team? If that's something I decide to do, and in Aubrey and I's case, we both decided to grow our teams. But yes, my coach benefits from that. But as she grows her team, people will kind of show up under me. It's called an organization, and people will show up under me. And I get to benefit from the volume they produce as well. And again, another conversation for another time, but just know that, we are all helping each other grow at the end of the day. And I will say, I want to add to that too, that it's not just that you can out earn and outrank, but I also fully believe that my coach would be excited and proud if I out earned or outranked her. She would not be like, oh my God, I can't believe you passed me up. Nope. There would be a whole lot of love and a whole lot of support. And she'd brag on me just like I would show love and support and brag on any of my women who out earn or outrank me at some point. Like, we all want each other to succeed. So in this company, you are your own boss. You get to design your life. I had talked before about how there are a few different kinds of coaches. So, Aubrey mentioned that you can be a discount coach. You can join and you can just take advantage of the discount. If you just want to save 25%, if you're drinking Shakeology regularly, you're doing the programs, but you don't want to sell, you have no interest in selling, that's fine. You can be a discount coach. You can join and just take advantage of the discount, and we will never pressure you to do more unless that's what you want to do. We have part-time coaches, which I'm guessing is probably, I think Aubrey and I probably fall in the same zones right now, which is somewhere between part-time and full-time. It sounds, Aubrey, like your goal is to eventually be full-time, but you're probably part-time right now.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. So part-time coaching, you love the products, you're working a few hours a week, you're earning extra income, you're still taking advantage of that great discount, but you're just putting in time where you can. A lot of times this is where our people fall, when our coaches fall, when they're also working other jobs. Sometimes they're stay-at-home moms. I don't have 40 hours a week I can dedicate to a job right now because I have the aforementioned 10-month-old and she's teething and needy, and we live in South Korea right now because of my Navy husband. So life is a little bit crazy sometimes. But ultimately, the highest level you can go is to be a full-time life changer. You are ready to be changing lives left and right, helping people just crush their goals. You want to build a team of people who are just as ambitious as you. And you want to create that life of freedom, that financial freedom that we talked about before. That's when you're really at that full-time level and you have grown this into a big business. So where do you start?
Yeah. And then just one more thing to add to that. I mean, no, sorry. You can literally decide what you want to be when you want to be it. So right now, like Cara said, both of us are kind of doing this mostly kind of part-time, maybe a few extra hours than we normally would be doing. I mean, I work a full-time job. Cara has a baby and a husband, and like she said, she's living in South Korea. She had just moved there. She's probably setting up a house. I mean, we both have a lot going on. So if for some reason we can only do a few hours, that's totally fine. If my work got crazy and I told my coach, hey, you know what, I need to take a step back for a little bit and really just focus on this, but I just wanted to give you a heads up, she would be like, absolutely, do what you need to do. There's no pressure, like Cara said, to go from one to the other, to the next, or back and forth. I mean, this is your life. You're your own boss. So you can really figure out when it fits into your life and how much you want to put into it.
Yes. Thank you for adding that. That's huge. Like and it's so true. Like, If if my baby's sick or something, I don't work for a couple days. I just don't. I might post something about it so that my other coaches and so that my customers are not like, where did she just go? I don't just go MIA, but I say, hey, baby girl is sick, taking a couple days, whatever it is, but nobody needs to approve that. So it's pretty nice, so that's an awesome point that like we can really fluctuate between these as desired. And again, just that complete lack of pressure is really nice, really nice. So how do you become a coach? This is super easy. It's $39.95 to become a coach. That's all it is. That is a coach sign-up fee. And for military, so I'm a military spouse of active duty. So military in this sense would include active duty spouses, or veterans. So if you're military, you get free sign up and you also don't have any fees. There is normally a $15 a month website service fee, and I'll go into what that covers in just a second. But you don't have any of that. So right now, the only thing that I actually pay is my Shakeology costs, and that's with my 25% discount. And I don't have that $15 a month service fee. So it's a pretty great deal. And even if you're not military, $40 for coach sign up is like nothing. And then that $15 a month, hopefully you'll be making that back. And even if you decide to be a discount coach, Shakeology is normally $130, right? So if you're getting 25% off, and then you have that $15 monthly service fee, you're still saving $15 a month on your Shakeology. So it does even out so that you're still paying less for your product, which is why a lot of people do the discount coaching thing. So that's one way that you can join. And the other option is to start with a challenge pack. So some of you may have already gotten challenge packs as customers. Some of you might be looking at that as a coach option. So challenge pack is a workout program or Beachbody on Demand, plus either the Performance Line, Daily Sunshine, which is the shake that's designed for kids, or Shakeology. And all of those also include the Portion Fix system. So one of the most popular things to join with right now, like we used to be entirely on DVDs, but then when you finished a DVD, if you wanted to do another program, you had to buy the other program. And that can get really costly really quick. Now, when you start with a challenge pack, they start at, I think, $160. And then, is that right? 160? Yeah.
Yep.
So $160. And we have, mega packs and other things like that where you can bundle more if you do want the Performance Line and the Shakeology. There's a bunch of different options, but they start at $160. And what that gets you is a whole year of access to Beachbody on Demand. It's called our All Access Pass. And that gets you access to every single workout that has ever been invented by Beachbody. Plus you get the nutrition guides, plus you get the workout calendars, plus you get access to new releases and sneak peeks. And as a coach, you also get awesome opportunities. Like you can be invited to join test groups for new programs that are launching. Like there were some coaches that got to be in the first test group for 80-day obsession. So, but the challenge pack is going to get you access to all of those workouts, from day one. The second they're available, you're going to get to see those. So that's replaced most of the individual workout programs. If somebody, is somewhere with bad internet service and they want to get a DVD, that's totally fine. Those are still offered. But there are not DVDs available for all programs. Like 80-Day Obsession is not available on DVD because it's literally 80 different workouts. So that's kind of the basic of the challenge packs. And ultimately, you're probably getting the best deal starting with a challenge pack. But again, if that doesn't work for you right now, you can just do the coach sign-up fee. So that ongoing service fee, that $15.95 a month, covers a lot of ground. The reason that's charged is because Beachbody is providing promotion. They're providing brand awareness. You get a personalized website where you can do your selling through. You get your coach online office that is like packed to the brim with training materials and guides. And I mean, it is literally spelled out for you. When you become a coach, you're getting these emails that are guiding you through getting your business set up and started, along with that one-on-one mentoring that you're getting from your own coach. There's product warehousing. Like we don't stock our own stuff. It is all stocked through Beachbody. You get customer service, technical support, things that I've used multiple times, and just all the marketing, the training, the success is just available for you, you know? So there's just so many tools and resources. And so $16 a month for that, like, I pay more than that for things that are not as useful. So I feel like that's a pretty fair price for that. So so it really covers a lot of ground. And, you know, ultimately, you guys, like, this opportunity is not very common, even among other types of direct sales and things like that. Like, you're not having to go into anybody's home. You're not having to, I've hosted passion parties before. I used to be a rep for one of those, you know, girly goods companies. And it was so weird because I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to push sales on people. I just want to share my excitement for something and have that be contagious. Like, I want to be so pumped about this. I want to believe in what I am promoting so strongly that it just comes across naturally. You know, I'm not a salesperson, but I am a sharer. I like people. I am addicted to Instagram and Facebook. So this is kind of a perfect fit, and I can make my own hours and just be dependent on myself for my success. And ultimately, that has just been the perfect fit for me. And just the flexibility and freedom that it provides is, you know, really kind of one of a kind. So, you know, I'll go ahead and let Aubrey wrap up if she has any final things she wants to add. But from my end, I just, you know, I hope that you guys were able to get something out of this. And obviously, you know, it'd be great to have you join us as coaches.
Yeah, I'm just going to piggyback off of that. I mean, I know this was a ton of information, so feel free to watch the video back as many times as you need, but it really is a great opportunity and there is no ceiling. So you can make what you want of it when you want of it. So that's my favorite part about it. But I think Cara and I have kind of said everything we feel we need to say, so we'll wrap it up. But hopefully, like Cara said, you got everything out of this that you could. So please let us know if you have any questions. We're always happy to answer them and looking forward to seeing some of you guys as coaches.
All right. Thanks, guys.